is Garrett from Go See It, and today we're going to be working on the Seadoo. We're going to be installing a manual bilge pump, but without further ado, let me show you what we're working with here for the parts. 500 GPH rule bilge. All right, here's the Blotion bilge switch. It's a 3-position. I'll show you that in a second when we pull that out. It has nice bolt connectors. Blotion always does a really nice job with their stuff. Here's the NRG Creative. This is one of his newer styles, so there's no hole, no screws, no holes. Here's the outlet, which will fit with our bilge pump hose. I'm gonna need some more wiring to run the switch to the bilge since I haven't figured out exactly where we're gonna route it. Those are the parts we're working with. I'm gonna start pulling things off. I gotta first pull this deck off, which that's easy. Then we gotta pull this piece off, and then I gotta pop this off though, because I need to get into here to run the wiring up through. I gotta remember how to do that. I think it's these 2 bolts, and then that comes off. So I think we pop that bolt, and there's one on this side, and this should slide off. All right, so you need a Torx 30. You're gonna start pulling your deck apart. Here's the NRG Creative piece. This does fit in here pretty well. It's not perfectly straight when it's in. If that's the front of the ski, it's sort of like that, which bothers me. I feel like it should be even. Dude does pretty good work. Fast replying. I will say I tried to return something. He said he was going to return it. And then a couple days later, he didn't want to return it. So I had to buy 2 of these because the first one I bought had the umbrella piece on it, which is really cool. But when I run my back piece, it sits too high for that add-on that comes with the Explorer Pro for the deck to carry more items. Just like so. And you're left with your Seadoo with nothing on it. All right, got the whole front hood piece off. That was just those 2 screws that were right here. And it's just these guys. And all you do, once you take those out, you just grab it and pull it forward and it pops off. And we're left with this. All right, we're gonna get a tie down on this now that that's loose. All right, so I got the strap going to the handlebars to the tongue of the trailer, and now we're gonna finish unscrewing it. It's all good. We got the strut sitting right here, and we're just gonna give that a little yank, side-to-side motion, and you have it out. When you are doing this, make sure you pull the boot all the way down to the skinny part so you can spin this without spinning your entire boot. You have to pull this fairing off first, which is just a little clip right here. And then you have another Torx that's right here. You take that out, you pop it up and back or back and up. Then I'm gonna take the speaker out. This piece has a little clip up under here that you pull down and it comes out backwards. The problem is there's a little bolt right under here, under the speaker. All right, guys, so it's a couple days later. I finally have some time to come back to this. As you can see, the speaker is out. What you need to do is just get yourself in the gunnel, and you're gonna get a hand underneath the speaker to sort of pull it up once the screwdriver's in the hole. And then you're gonna put your other hand all the way into here. You're gonna sort of grab on, there's a lip right here. So you're gonna push it up and give it a hard yank, and it'll pull right out. The key is it needs to get up and level, and it pops straight out. But pulling from the back helps a lot rather than right here. Now we can get access to this. Then there's a little clip. I think it's somewhere around here. I think it's down. You gotta pull it down just a little bit, and then you can pull this piece forward. So that's how we're gonna get both sides of the ski. So basically all the fairings will be off. And then what we can do is I'll strap this back up, and then we'll pull the compartment out, which is the whole reason we're taking the whole ski apart, is just to get the stupid compartment out. But all right, guys, so back on the Seadoo, I just flipped from using my cell phone to the DJI Action 5. So I got this strapped down, ran it to the front of my trailer. Sort of put it there. I don't know why. That was just because that's what the universe wanted to do today. It actually ended up there. It's over my bar. I got a microfiber on there. It is definitely vertical. It is leaning a little bit against my garage door, which I like for support, like putting too much pressure on the mount, falling forward. So if you do this, be careful. You do not want to overextend or hyperextend this way, because it could possibly break this. It's crazy to me that this is all plastic coming from stand-ups where everything was nice, beautiful, built aluminum. Okay, now we gotta pull this out. So as you can see, it's very loose. I'm gonna have to set this down. I'll try to get a decent frame of it. Finally had some success. So what I ended up doing was running it through the side where all the wires are. If you try to run it through the side where the steering cable goes down, it pinches off the cable. I'll link this cable in the bio because it's nice and thick, so it was able to remain in shape while I pushed it through. I kept my front storage sort of propped up. If you lift it up and pull it back, you can get it sitting on here. You can see I tore a little bit of the sealant foam, which is fine. There's clips. There's one there, and there's one like right about here. And so what I've done now is the wire comes out, so it goes in the front side. If we're looking at the jet ski, it's this side where the electrical runs, which comes out this way. They cross their tubes, the breather tubes. Then what I did is I ran the wire up. Right about here is a factory clip, so it's clipped in there, and then it's clipped in right there. All right, guys, so I'm sitting on the Seadoo, as you can see, just chilling in my socky poos. Anyways, so I thought I was gonna have to take some stuff off. Got the Allen wrench, dropped the Allen, or the 1/4-inch socket, the 5/16, dropped it into the hole, so that was fun. But thankful for magnets, that helped me get that out. Anyways, what I decided to do took a little bit of time, so I didn't film it. So I'm gonna walk you through now what I did, okay? So first, what I did is I sort of got an idea of where I wanted to put the bilge, and it is way down there. You can sort of see, tucked pretty close to a motor mount right now. Here's another angle. And I got that down through here, and there's another way you could do it. So first off, what I did is I threw a wire loom on my electrical, and that's actually gonna come up right here. So as you can see, it's not hitting anything hot. I'm gonna sort of piggyback onto this harness. And the connectors I'll probably do the connectors right here or right here, so it's easy to take off the bilge if I ever need to pull one out, it burns out, something like that, right? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run my switch wire where everything's gonna intersect on the battery, right down here, and it's just gonna look real good, it'll look OEM. All right, guys, so here we are. This loom is on the whole thing. Got some electrical tape on here to finish it off. I got my bolt connectors I'll put on. I'm gonna run a thing of tape over these just for waterproofing. And then we're gonna put a little bit of piece of some thicker tubing right here. And I'll probably run it like that distance just so it keeps it protected from heat and also just blends in nicely. All right, back on the Seadoo, guys. So I've been shortening these wires. So what I'm doing is these are the wires right here that are running up to where the switch is going to go. And this is where 2 of these wires continue, which are technically the brown and white and brown wires on my wiring right here. They're red and yellow. The black going to the switch is going to run to power with a fuse. And then the black coming from the bilge is actually going to be the ground. So it's technically a 3-wire. It's just because our wires are all running parallel, like together with each other in the same wire sheath. So this is ground, it's ending there. These 2 continue up to the switch, and it's continuing with power now. So we're gonna get that just sort of put down here nicely and here. And then what we'll do is I'll run a little wire sheath over these guys. And then we're gonna move up to the switch, and that's gonna be installed right there, which I'm super excited to show you guys how I'm gonna do this, which I already have it all planned, so it's gonna be real quick once I wire. All right, so it's on there. It's tight though. I can't pull the wire back or forth, so it's definitely pinching it. And I just realized if I can get this switch to go where I need it to go, these wires are a lot thinner, and I can do the connections down here before it enters this part. So I'm gonna pull this off and see if that's a possibility. All right, so just doing some check work. It looks like I can wire those fittings in right down here where it gets wide again, so that won't be a problem. And then looking up here, you peek in here, there's plenty of room for the switch. I'm hoping I can sort of mount it on this lip, which then it'll just sit right here, right on the outskirts. All right, so I got the hole drilled. It's exactly how I wanted it to be. I can't really go much closer to here. So what I think I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna trim a little bit of this interior piece right here. I did come up under here and I opened the hole just a little bit. And then you can see right here, I smoothed some of this out. And so what that allowed me to do is, if you get the Bilge, because it is sort of wide, but it is waterproof. So that's how I'm able to install it out here. I can put it in here and we're sitting nice and flush. It's beautiful. So I'm pretty stoked on that. I can put the nut on it now and it'll be good. I brought it a little closer to the rim right here. I'm not going any tighter, and this is sitting pretty flush in here. We're gonna run the wires down through there, through here, put the cover back on, connect the wires, and then connect to the battery. And we got a full Bilge install on the Seadoo. Nice stealth OEM style install. No drill other than right here on this plastic piece, which I don't care because I can buy a new one. I didn't want to drill into the hole. Well, that's plastic. The hole. And so that's why we have the no drill Bilge back there. So got everything wired up. Bolt connectors, I'm gonna waterproof these even more with some electrical tape, but I'm testing right now. We got this back in place. So here's how it would look. These, it's perfect length that I'm gonna be able to get the connectors in here, because this, when you put the cover on, it's a very tight fit. You can see it's already pinching some of the stock wire, so these will get pinched a little, but that works perfect. And then here's my switch right down there. So I mean, you can't even tell. I love it. You just reach. I have it centered. Let's see if it works. This is the first turn. Okay, so I have it in the middle. That should be off. Okay. Oh, that's auto. I turn it back to off, and now here's the test. Turn it to the left. Yep. It's working. Woo! I'm stoked. Been working on this thing for a couple weeks on and off just because of limited time, but that is sick. That's what I was hoping. Super easy to reach for when I'm riding. So easy, man. I can just reach for this right here. I got both positions ready to go. Oh, yes, I'm stoked. Didn't have to cut into my dash. Didn't have to do anything weird. This is literally, I highly recommend. So you do have to do a little bit of Dremel work if you run the Bilge switch. Right, but there it is. It's all waterproofed. It'll be behind here with the screen and that cover on. You'll never know it's there except the person that put it in. All right, the last piece. We got this guy installed right here. So it's the no cut, no drill Bilge outlet by NRG Creative. You reuse your red O-ring from your stock spot. I opted just for the screw one. As you can see, I can't even turn it. Like, if just putting a little bit of pressure on it, that ain't going anywhere. And I decided, after trying some failed 3M attempts to get that Bilge 3M'd in there, I didn't epoxy it because it's not like a quick drop in. I have to like maneuver it, so I don't know how to do it without getting glue everywhere. What I did is when I put the hose on this, I turned it a certain way to counter it. So when I turn it this way, it's actually pushing the bilge. It's wedging the bilge up against two tight hoses it's sitting in between where I put it. It is a little higher to the right side of the motor. I tried to put it towards the back, but room is extremely limited on these supercharged skis. If you have a 170, you can put it wherever you want. I've seen those engine bays. There's a lot of room. This thing, there's so many more hoses due to that supercharger back there. I just sort of wedged it real good. I have pretty good confidence that it should stay where it's at. So yeah, that concludes the video, guys.